probably gonna take me a minute to get into this, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, la, 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 la. Hello everyone, it's Kat. Welcome back to my channel. So it has been a hot minute since I uploaded. As you can tell by the title of the video, this is going to be a kind of life update on what's happened in the last year. And my last video, if you haven't seen it, I will link up here. That was a week in lockdown, and yeah, it's nearly a whole year since I last uploaded a video. In the last year, obviously it's been a year for a lot of people, including myself, for different reasons. So it started off, we had the first lockdown, which was started on the 15th of March, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I really cannot remember when it ended. It was more than 3 weeks, put it that way. Overall, in the last year, my moods, mental health has been kind of up and down, but mostly up, which is a great thing. I do have to say one thing and just get this out of the way. I do have to just express how grateful and appreciative I am of our situation, because the thing is that since March, basically since March 14th, I was working from home, and I still am. So I work for a law firm. I am an assistant to a solicitor, and thankfully working from home has not affected my job in any way whatsoever. I never realised just how much I would love working from home. Don't get me wrong, occasionally it is nice to meet up with my work colleagues. We talk a lot all day. I'm constantly talking to my different colleagues. So it's really good to have that sense of community in that respect. But working from home in your slippers and your gym wear is just the best, I'm not gonna lie. I can't even tell you how much I understand how privileged I am to be in a position like I am. Obviously, regardless of the fact that I am extremely happy working from home, it has still been a bit up and down for me because, of course, look at everything that's happened. The whole world has been affected by this virus pandemic that has just taken over absolutely every single aspect of all of our lives. It was scary, and it was completely reevaluating so many different things in your life. After about a month, at one point, I can't even remember when it was, to be honest, but after about a point, it was about a month later, I realised I haven't spoken to any of my best friends. I got myself a glass of wine and I called around all of my best friends, and I just felt so much better afterwards. So, now that we've got that massive intro out the way, the first thing I'm going to talk about is our wedding. I am now married. I am actually a married lady now. Nathan and I, as you may know already, we had plans to get married last year. So the plan all along was going to be that we would go to Gibraltar, because we're both British citizens, residents of Spain. So the easiest way to go about getting married in Spain for us was to go to Gibraltar, because it's literally passport, birth certificate, done. We were going to get married on the 9th of September 2020 in Gibraltar, get all the legal stuff done, get all the papers signed, go in a jeans and a t-shirt kind of jobby, and then the following month, 10/10/2020, I'm still so mad that we couldn't get that date. It was so perfect. But 10/10/2020 was going to be our official wedding day. So we had all of the plans ready, we had all of our guest list ready, everything done, and then of course lockdown hit. So it was before lockdown ended, the first one, the one back in March last year. Nathan and I were kind of looking at each other like, is this gonna happen? And we did leave it as long as we possibly could, but then it just became inevitable that we weren't going to be able to have our wedding this year. What we did instead was we thought, well, okay, we've got a hotel in Gibraltar in September booked, and it's on booking.com, so we can cancel it at last minute. Not sponsored, by the way. We've already paid for the marriage license, let's just see what happens. So we were thankfully able to have my mum and stepdad, Nathan's mum and his stepdad, Nathan's dad and his stepmum, and of course Nathan's brother and sister-in-law. Well, it was 10 of us in total, and we all went down to Gibraltar and we had our ceremony, and then we went to the Sunbourne, which is a floating hotel, so to speak. It's literally a cruise ship that's stationed in Gibraltar. We went there for lunch and we went there for cocktails, and then we went to the casino afterwards. It was just the most incredible day. We had such an amazing time. It was so much fun. It was, if I could relive it all again now, I would. It was just so cool. It's just such a shame that we couldn't have all of our guests there. Also, I forgot to say, this is actually the necklace that I wore on my wedding day. It's my special necklace that I bought for myself. I never spend money on my own jewellery, so I thought I'd treat myself. So ultimately the wedding was cancelled last year, but we were thankfully able to reorganise our catering, our photographer, the singer slash guitarist, and the venue all for next year. They're all the things that we kind of paid deposits on. So we were able to organise all of that to happen this year instead. I mean, let's face it, we still don't know what's going to happen this year, but we're keeping everything crossed, and we're just hoping and praying to all of the gods that it happens, because I don't think we can handle having to push it back another year. So we'll see. But if you want a whole video based on the wedding plans, everything that we've got so far, all of the food, like the ideas behind all of the decorations, like let me know. In particular, let me know what you want to know in the comments. Just drop me down a questions like Q&A kind of thing. I can do that. That would be quite fun. I'll talk about the wedding in a bit more depth. But for now, we're going to move on to the next part of the update, which is work. So obviously you know everything that's happened with my work. You know that I've basically been working from home since March last year, and more than happy with that. All things are going really good. But on the other hand, Nathan's work is also going really good, and I can't even begin to explain how proud I am of him. He has come alive last year. It was just like if you remember, Nathan was having to go back and forth to the UK a lot, because at the end of the day, you earn a lot more money in the UK and it's a lot cheaper to live over here. So the reality is that we had the best of both worlds, but it was also pulling him back and stopping him from expanding his own business. And for those of you who don't know, Nathan is a mechanic by trade. So he last year, obviously because he could not travel back to the UK back and forth, we focused very much on building up his business. Put it this way, now at this point, he's got a card machine, he's got a work van with his logo all over it. He is just, he's just doing so well, and he's had some fantastic big projects over the last few months, well, 6 months we'll say. He's had some really good projects for that, but he's also been doing smaller jobs here and there. I just could not be prouder of him. He's really come into his own. Another big thing to note that has been probably the major cause of my stress and anxiety over the last year has been the fact that we have been on the hunt for a new home to live in. The place where we're at the moment is fantastic, like don't get me wrong, we have incredible, I mean I'm looking out right now, the views are insanely beautiful. It is just beautiful, it really is. But at the end of the day, we have now been here nearly 6 years together, and I hate the kitchen. So on that note, we have been looking for another home to live in. We're looking for something bigger. We're looking for something that we could potentially start a family in. I have lost count of the amount of houses that we've looked at in the last year. In the last month alone, we looked at 3. That just gives you an idea. We will continue looking, but we are not planning on moving until we find the perfect place, because it's too expensive to move, even just renting. And it is a lot of stress to move, and we want to make sure that we find the right place, because it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. We've just outgrown this place. Nathan is 31, I'm 28. I think I'm 28. Yeah, I'm 28. But the fact is that we do need to get somewhere that's going to be suitable for our family. The three major things that have happened in the last year, but I mean, so much more has happened, so much more positive things have happened. Just bear in mind, like, this video, I did not want this to be a negative video in any way. I didn't want to express how stressed or depressed or anxious I've been, because I have had those moments, but ultimately, looking back over the last year, it has been really truly amazing. I mean, our family has grown so close. Nathan's brother and sister-in-law, they've moved like 5 minutes down the road, so we see them pretty much all the time. Even my mum and my stepdad live only 5 minutes from them, so we have this really nice social distancing bubble now, and we all spend a lot of time together. Yeah, it really is just so much fun. We go on walks together, and in fact that brings me straight on to the next thing I was going to say, which is the fitness side of my life has taken over. For Christmas, I did ask for it, one of these. And since I got this smartwatch Fitbit, it's changed my life totally. I had like a cheap pedometer that I got a couple of years ago, and I had my minimum amount of steps set at 6,000 a day. And I would rarely hit that. It's really bad. It's so bad. I can't believe how unfit I was without even realizing, because I would rarely hit that 6,000. And when I did, it was like a mini celebration. I was like, yeah, I've hit my step target today, which was like once in a blue moon. So Monday to Friday, I walk a minimum of 10,000 steps. Saturdays, I try to hit 20,000 steps. And then Sunday's kind of my day off, and that's when I just try and hit the 8,000. So, but it really has changed my life. And since the restrictions have changed again recently, we've been going back to the gym. So I'm going to the gym 3-4 times a week, and I've been really enjoying it. And even sometimes when I haven't been able to go to the gym, I've been doing workouts at home. That's how serious I am about this now. And I haven't lost too much weight, so to speak, but my body is changing. The best thing is as well is, you know that old step pedometer I said? I actually ended up giving that to my mum, and my mum started using it as well, and she's smashing it. She is totally smashing it. This is somebody who, just like me, would hardly even hit 3,000 steps a day, is out beating me. She's out there walking twice a day, like 40 minutes to an hour, twice a day, and she's out there doing like 10,000, 11,000, 12,000 steps, and I'm like, you go girl. And she's so healthy, and she looks fantastic, she's happy, and I love that so much for her. I'm so proud of you, Mum. I know you're going to be watching this, because you always do, but I am so proud of you, I really am. I just want everybody to know that as well. Another incredible thing that happened last year that I can't go without saying or mentioning or anything was the fact that my best friend in the world, my sister, the person that I call my sister, she had a baby. She had a little baby boy. I'm an auntie. I'm actually gonna cry, I'm so happy. The overwhelming love I feel for this child that I haven't even met yet is just mind-blowing. It really is. Like, they're such good parents. They're such wonderful parents. And I'm so happy for them, I really am. And I can't wait to meet him. So fingers crossed I get to meet my little nephew. So that's going to be the end of the video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I can't make any promises about when I'm going to be next uploading. In fact, no, I can make a promise. I promise that I will be uploading in the next week, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell icon so that will notify you when I do upload. And that is a video that we filmed last year, we being Nathan and I actually picked out Nathan's wedding suit. He did a try on of loads of different suits and then he chose his favourite one out of that. So that's going to be uploaded next week, and I will hopefully be back very soon again after that. I want to start getting back into this creative hobby because it's something that I really enjoy, and it's something that I want to start doing again. The whole content creating and editing, the whole process, I just love it. So yeah, I will be back, I promise. I can't remember my outro or anything. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon, and if you would like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, my handles will be at the end of the video. Bye!